Hello, this is a Gold 2 Soldier 76 VOD review. The post on this one just
Okay,
mentions
Gina.
that they
You
were
have all the tools
new
you
to
need.
Overwatch and they wanted general tips on improving. So we'll see. I don't know if you've played any other games before. We'll see where we need to start here, but there'll definitely be some Overwatch specific things that we'll go over.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 1. Capture the objective.
But we're going out and wow, that sensitivity looks high to do those spins. So we'll see how smooth your aim is. Alright, we're shooting, and a lot of times people will fight for this area right here. You're in a good range. You have longer range than the other characters. Your damage drop-off is about right here, so here you'll start doing less damage than normal. So you can play at longer ranges. Most other characters, like Doom, has shotgun knuckles, so it's good to be far away from him, but it's just really cramped here. And if the Genji wanted, he has easy access to you, either flanking or like climbing up here. So, but all in all, it's okay. It's just going to be hard to actually get in the limb until the fight breaks out. And you're just poking. I like that you're staying far away from the Doom at least, so you're not a target. Okay, and I was gonna say, a little slow, but good job going for the Juno. When the Genji came in here and when the Juno came in here, because this is just chip damage, you're getting damage fall off, you're not going to finish in a limb, she'll just sidestep. So anytime you get someone closer out in the open there, and not the tank as well, since Doom has so many abilities, this is good choosing a target here on the Juno. But yeah, it was a little, you could tell you're sort of high sensitivity jittery. Poking the cast out, that's fine. You're at least getting progress.
I gave you a chance, and you wasted it.
Unfortunate she chipped over your rocket, that it was pretty cool though. Yeah, and that's definitely so. I don't want to necessarily tell you to lower your sensitivity. But since you're new, if you go to, gameplay, precision mouse input, you can turn this on. That just makes it so it's tracking your aim on the mouse polling rate instead of like it'll make it less jittery because by default it's only tracking your aim position a few times a second, but if you turn that on, it'll do your polling rate. So if it's like 1,000 hertz, it'll be super accurate, and maybe if you're not getting a steady frame rate, you see like top left, I have the frame counter, you can turn that on. If it's not constantly at your refresh rate, even when stuff's going on, your monitor refresh rate, then you want to lower it too. Just do everything you can to get the aim smoother, that'll help you. But that's good. Soldier has a lot of times where you might not finish the limb, but that's a really high level move there where you realize, okay, I've gone in too deep and I'm gonna get out of here and not let this Doom get me. So that's already like showing that you're above silver. Your aim and positioning so far and not overfeeding here. So there's some good things. I'm sure, I guess you have played other games. But you can reset anywhere now. And I'd recommend, now that you can set up anywhere, set up here. The Doom is far away. You can keep an eye on this. You can keep an eye on point. It's just a lot more open. It's basically controlling the whole map. So I'd recommend not standing point here because they're going to come in with some ultimates. Doom can come in. Good job not dying. Oh, there was a good flick. Yeah, so sometimes the aim's really good. And sometimes it's more jittery and overcorrecty. good job not going in too deep again. So things are solid when you can just set up on a soldier and shoot at them from 20 to 30 meters away. It can be really relaxing. Okay, and there's an Overwatch specific thing. I don't want to like comment on every single thing, but the rockets have been a little, uh, just you've thrown them out a little too fast. Try and because it's soldiers' only real cooldown besides the healing station where you have to wait. Where is it? Yeah, the 5. It's like a 7-second cooldown. So anything with a long cooldown, you want to really put some thought into it. So maybe just walk forward a little, aim for the ground, take an extra half second to aim it because that's I should know how much damage it does, but it's around like 125. It's around half their HP. So landing the splash damage in the rocket. Uh, Sometimes soldier just chips people down and doesn't get the elim, but if you can land headshots or rockets, you'll get more elim. So just be careful on the cooldowns to be a little more deliberate and don't just chuck them out there. Oh yeah, this will be a good ultimate. You're in a power spot and they've gone onto the point, so this is classic soldier.
Ready for battle.
Okay, and the post mentioned, I'm reviewing the second game code. They mentioned this was going well and then it wasn't. And so that's always a good time to do a VOD review. This map already, I can tell, it's hard to set up and get like 20-meter shots on
5,
people.
4,
There's so much cover
3,
over here.
2,
You got the statue here, so
round
you
2.
kind of
Capture
get
the
like if you have to run up here as soldier, it's not really you're in range of everyone. So we'll see how it goes. Just to give you some ideas, you can let's go all the way since you're new. You can come up here, and there are oftentimes there'll be routes like this, and if you can like stand here, this would be good. You have to be careful of the Genji and the Doom, so it's a little riskier. But it might just be holding here. You just gotta be a little creative to get an angle on people without being deep enough to where Doom and Genji eat you alive. So it's a bit of problem solving. But I like this. If the Doom's focusing on you, that's good for your tank. Okay, a little soft reset. Your tank's gotta get healed. Just don't do anything dumb. Okay, so they're up here, and when they're all up here, and you see Doom and Genji here, if you want to play your range, I'll just ask a question. Like, where might you go to get a better shot on them, without having to run into these guys? The answer might be at this point mid, or just like going around and up these steps. And then you can pressure the Ana out without the healing. Doom can get burnt down. So you can at least be really annoying and pressure them here. But if you run it down the center, it's going to be really tough.
The objective.
Oh, good juke. And I don't know if you tried to rocket jump like if you're in Team Fortress 2, but you can't do that. I'm going to assume you tried to rocket jump. Yeah, I know like the Doom came in, but once he came in and used his abilities, he's actually, let's go back. Okay. Like because you know you want to stay away from the Doom and Genji, but you can track their cooldowns and when they're out of cooldowns. So yeah, miss punch. He's blocking. He's getting low and he's slamming away. And so, look, he's got 6 and 6. Oh, darn it. Well, you can't see my cursor when I'm in this mode, but you see in the bottom right he doesn't have his abilities. So he's got Power Punch, but if he backs off, that's a chance to either, okay, you're safe now we can do the flank, or we'll go get healed up and try and push in. In this case, this wasn't the best case because I know your tank got antied and I didn't see it, but You just gotta, if they use their cooldowns and the Genji and Doom are backing up, you can be a little more aggressive. Yeah, like the tank's going in now. Oh, you're bashing up there. But yeah, you see, you're not really contributing much. Like as soon as the Ursa comes in, you get shot by so many different angles. So the more you can try and fight for being here or fighting for being here, the better. Because they're basically just have to worry about one angle right now. They don't even have to. They can just take you out of their mind, shoot the Orisa. It's just smooth sailing. So yeah, this is definitely a map thing with Soldier. That it's just you got to really sort of think about where you're gonna stand and when you can push up.
Bionic healing ready for use.
Yeah, and the Orisa's getting shot so much now and has no health, but I like this. Good pressure. Oh, that's unfortunate. Another case of yeah, too deep. You were just absolutely free there. But yeah, that feeling of getting someone to 10 HP, it happens as Soldier. If you're not hitting rockets or headshots, they'll escape. But even the Juno, let's go back. You're forcing the Juno out. Let's get this frees up. It puts pressure on them, backs her off. Now the Doom can get worked down by your teammates. So it's sort of a team thing. You don't necessarily need the Elim. Let's go back to Doom. So his healing's gone now because you're putting pressure on the side. Yeah, look, like see there's no Juno pumping heals into him anymore. Yeah, he gets speared out. So I would have just preferred you just, well, this is after you did the flank, but I prefer you just stay here and hold this angle. And if the Doom has to back up and the Juno has to back up and they all end up standing on these stairs and you guys get the point, that's good. You win by capping the objective. Which if you kill everyone, obviously you get the objective, but sometimes it just helps to remember the objective if you've been playing like Call of Duty, the classic Call of Duty team deathmatch all the time. That just pressuring them off the point and taking it, that's a win too. Yeah, if you were still alive, this could have gone a lot different. But we'll see if your team can live long enough for you to get back.
Still got some fight in me. Life, meteor strike.
Okay, yeah, a little too scared. You'll see his imprint on the ground, and you can even just, instead of being in the open, get on a corner here, and whatever side he blasts to, just take the other side. That's like a good way for any sort of like ground attack, like Bastion's ultimate, anything that like dumps a shockwave on the ground, you can corner hide it. But we'll ask again, like you're stuck in no man's land. It would help if your tank just goes forward and wrecks everyone, but just we'll ask you like what would be a good play here? Because you see the Doom and Genji up here. I'd recommend you can do this play. Do this play, work up here. I think this side opened up, so just be somewhere. You don't have to full send the flank, but you just have to get the control of the side. So I'm just really drilling this in because this is where your post said it all went wrong. So I wanted to spend the most time on this. Not a lot of helping. Hopefully you're And that Dragon Blade, they've farmed you the past few fights, so that Dragon Blade's just gonna happen. But I'd recommend not even try, like a nano-bladed Genji, you get the damage reduction, he's zipping around. Because every time Genji gets in a limb, his dash resets. Which is like a very specific Overwatchy thing. I think that's one of the only things that resets an ability, but when Genji gets in a limb, he resets his dash. He's just too hard to target. I'd still be here. Go for this Genji and this Juno. Same thing like if Winston jumped on your supports here and put his bubble up. Like, what are you gonna do against soldier? Really nothing. It's gonna take 10 seconds to burn that bubble, so same concept. We'll just go for a target you can actually kill, and so I'd recommend just ignoring that. As bad as that may sound, uh, the time to actually get in a limb on like a nano-bladed person or some tanks, like a Winston that has his bubble, it's just too high to do. That's probably a new concept, but yeah, just a little too slow to contribute to the fight. And at this point, yeah, just run away. Okay, well they got the Olymp.
I've got you in my sights.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. But just to
Ready
sum
for
up,
battle.
you want to try and take the side angles when you can. You don't want to stand in main. Maps like that, you gotta be careful because they force you into a close range of soldier. But you still gotta try to be more involved. But this is a more open map, as long as you get out of the, most teams go here. As long as you can get out of this spot and not be, like, pinned by Doom, it can turn into another. It can turn into round one where you're just leisurely shooting at people from 20 meters away. So we'll see. Try and not get pinned by this Doom.
Come get his.
Good dodge. Don't... Okay, I was gonna say don't shoot his block. Yeah, another Overwatch specific thing. If you shoot his block, he gets he gets like an electric super punch, which you can see it on the gauntlet. So, well, actually, let's go to your point of view because you're about to get punched. Yeah, see, that was a little more powerful than his regular punch. And if you were to hit a wall, it does extra damage and he'll finish you with the shotgun. So you got lucky there was actually no wall behind you. You didn't take the extra damage. But if he's gonna pin that choke point and your tank's not gonna help you, you can't do it. That's why things like Lucio or Juno are great, because they speed boost you through that point before the Doom can camp it. But this is still good. You can work over here. If you put a toe on point, then they'll have to react to it. Then you can run away. But you gotta try and just not get stuck in this choke point, like the map 2. That wall gives you good cover, good time to move up. Still a little too much choke point standing. Things have opened up, but this is good. You can take high ground now, and things probably will get smoother from here. So.
Enjoying the view?
And if Doom goes for you, you can just run away. But I like you're in a great spot right now. Good, I like you going for the Juno there, not the Doom. And she got forced out into the open, so that was great target, a great target to shoot at again. And yeah, this Doom, I mean, it's a gold Doom, so he's not going to do anything fancy to like knock you off high ground, so it's pretty good. But we'll see. Oh, that's good, recognizing they're coming up here, adjusting where you're standing. Going for the Ana. I like that rocket. It missed, but you spent a little second to try and like aim for the ground. So I like that you tried to fine tune your aim on the rocket there. That's good. Just live. They forced you off, but better to give it up and live. Good rocket. Another good ground rocket, so your rockets have been better. That aim, though, that aim, it might, sometimes it helps on a rewatch, you can see what you're doing wrong. On close targets, you seem to overcorrect a lot. You can...
I don't think David on the point.
Yeah, you were bracketing her like far left, far right, far left, far right. You can either recognize that or maybe even just like keep your aim still and move by strafing if you want like a tiny bit of correction, but just calm down your aim or lower your sensitivity as a last resort if it's you just can't get the fine-tuned aim. But yeah, that'll stop you from hitting like diamond because your positioning's pretty good. Uh, but yeah, if you can't just finish the limbs, that'll come back to bite you.
That warms the bones.
But yeah, the flick's good. Like when you went to the Doom, your aim went right on him. So I mean, the flicks are good. But see if you can maybe lower your sensitivity and still be able to like whip around.
You picked the wrong enemy.
And that's kind of why it's so weird. Like that was smooth. So maybe maybe you did calm your aim down, but sometimes that's why I wanted to just give you the recommendation of the precision mouse input, because it might just be jankiness from like your settings or your frame rate. But this is good. You don't want to die with your ultimate. Just try not to get wrecked by this Doom, and when Doom's team comes through whatever choke point they're gonna come through, and they're like fully out, or they're like in no man's land, that's a great time to pop the ult. So we'll see if you can shut down the game here with the ult. Nope. Unlucky.
I've got you in my sights.
That ult was probably a little too soon. But yeah, they're fully concentrated on the point, so this is probably a good flank. Like they're not going to. Both supports could turn on you, but if they do, that Doom's dead. So this is a better flank because they've had to come up. Like on the map 2, Ana was still in a good spot, and Genji, and they were just shooting you in the back. But here they've clumped up, and this sort of surround play as Soldier can work. Just it didn't work before because they were in a better spot to shoot you in the back, but now they're like focused on point and they're clumped up, so you can do the surround play now. A little jankiness on the aim, but that all in all, that's good aim for gold. So yeah, good play there. All in all, that is pretty good. I think you've definitely played some other games, but on just Overwatch, be a little more careful with your rocket cooldowns, your ultimates, the sort of cooldowns you don't have in other games. Take a little more flanks, like half flanks, like safer flanks, like on the side. Only do a full flank if they're grouped up like that. And just try and address the aim shakiness. And I think you could definitely just keep climbing into plat because you do not look like a new player. New players are usually way more lost than you are, and in much worse positions. So good luck with the climb, and I hope that helped.